appreciation, principle number 2.
Yeah. Passion.
Okay. All right. Tell me about passion.
Passion. Kush, that is the fire in your soul. You know, that driving force, that get up and go. That feeling that we experience when you know you have to achieve something. That is what passion is. Passion is what allows us to get up in the morning and keep on pursuing a particular goal, even when others may think that's a waste of time. Passion is what makes a singer who may not have had an album or been signed for 10 years, but in the 11th year, they are able to have that drive to keep going. That's what passion is. It's a feeling. You know, in certain schools of thought, it's what you call the psychomotor approach to learning, in the sense of it touches the heart and soul. It's an energy. It's a vibration. That's what passion is.
Tell you.
You know?
Boy, I don't know, youngsters nowadays, have they lost passion? What is your analysis when you look at what's going on in the community, when you look at what's going on? Why are people not so successful? Is it because they have no passion?
No, I think that in terms of young people in particular, they often are tagged with the wrong label as far as I'm concerned. Young people have passion. What they lack is self-discipline, which is another one of my principles, right? When you are able to have the swagger and the drive to strut the way they strut, even the so-called baggy jeans situation, right? They are simply rebelling against society. In the same way that people of my generation, we had our way of rebelling against the world of our elders, right? This is their symbolic way in the visual age of doing this. And so I think that the passion has always been there. These young entrepreneurs that are coming through now, right? The social enterprises, young people running their own labels, having their own businesses, the passion is still there with them. Right? What is lacked is the self-discipline, is the guidance, directing it in the right way.
Lovely, yeah.
You know?
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yes, passion, yes, definitely got to have some passion in our life. Principle, wait, number 3 now?
3, yeah.
3.
Plan.
Plan, okay. Yes, how effective, how important is that?
Yeah. If you fail to plan, your plan to fail.
Oh gosh, is that real?
That is real, Kush, right? The thing is, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there, right? It's also based on natural law, whereby the sun, all things being equal, comes out in the daytime, and the moon comes out at night as a reflection of the sun. And this is natural law. So as human beings, if we plan to go on a vacation, and we plan to go in September, and we currently have no money, but we have the will, the desire to go on that vacation, we will take on a second job. We'll probably put it on a credit card. We'll probably save out of our earnings to achieve the fare to go on the vacation. So planning is essential, I believe, in terms of achieving your goals. You need to have a general idea of where you're going. So planning is important.
Very crucial, folks. And again, you know, many people may agree, many people disagree.
Indeed.
And again, you know, like I say, it's a relevant there because some of us, when we look at the situation and we see people planning sometime only for next week blues and next week dance, we were saying the other day.
Indeed.
You know, and
Indeed.
that is crucial because, you know, I think people need to be able to think, of, you know, to plan for, like I say, the next generation, you know,
Legacy.
5 years, the legacy,
Indeed.
you know.
Indeed.
So yeah. Planning, yes, the effectiveness of planning. Most business, any business, even today, if a youngster wants to set up a plan, you have many youngsters, like you say, entrepreneurs.
That's right.
How crucial is it for them to have a plan drafted up?
From the basic level of having a business plan, for example, right? If an investor wants to put money into your business, especially if you have no track record of successful,
he wants to see a plan.
He wants to see a plan.
Yes.
Right. Everybody wants to know, well, when will I get my money back? When will you do it?
Yes.
You know, when, and
Sure.
when implies respecting time, etc. So
Yes.
I think it's very, very important.
Plan, the effectiveness of planning. Yes, Malik Muhammad is fantastic. Talking about the 8 principles, yes, of self-empowerment. Yes, number 4.
Yes. Here, Kush, we enter the phase of forgiveness of self.
Wow.
Right? Now, forgiveness of self, if I may just say a few words on that. I'll use an example, Kush. Many of us may go through life and we have the woulda, shoulda, coulda syndrome. Right? I think Beverly Knight has a song entitled that, who is a wonderful songstress here in the United Kingdom. And we look back and think, if I was 10 years younger, if I had more time, if I could, right? So I'm suggesting that we have to strive to come to peace with ourselves. We may have made some major mistakes in our past. May have done some things wrong, done some things right. We could have done better. However, we are here now, and we have to start with forgiving ourselves and not keep on holding ourselves ransom to the things that we did wrong, but look at what we've learned from it and strive by simple, small steps to move forward, to begin the healing process within, purely within.
Beautiful, yeah, no, definitely, yes, because it all starts, everything starts from within.
Indeed.
People oftentimes are looking from, out of
out
themselves.
externally.
They're going to the mountains, they're going to the ends of the earth.
Yeah.
And the problem is right there, and the solution is right within.
Right within.
Yes, beautiful, yeah. Forgiveness, being able to forgive oneself, it is crucial, because sometimes people don't even forgive themselves for things that even they themselves had no control over.
That's the thing, and sometimes we blame ourselves for things, as you said, that we have no control over, right? Many of us our parents may have been through a divorce, and it's amazing how as children, you hold yourself responsible for what happened. Some women have been abused by animals, right, in human form, and they hold themselves responsible for many years. And so this is why forgiveness of self, as one of the 8 principles of self-empowerment, is so important, relevant, and necessary.
Yes, BBC Three Counties Radio, folks, the Nubian Beat, coming at you live on direct. My name is Kush, and this is we're here every Sunday between those magic hours, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The frequency is 6:30, 11:61 a.m. Yes, and it's all about the window to the African and the Caribbean community and the 3 counties. We're talking about Hertfordshire, Bedfordshire, Buckinghamshire, and we're coming to you live from downtown Luton this moment in time. We're talking to our book author, Malik Muhammad. Yes, principles, 8 principles to self-empowerment. Yes, this could be like gold dust, write them down, Principle number 5.
Yes, dear listeners, thank you so much for this opportunity, Kush.
You're welcome.
We're talking here now about flexibility.
Okay.
Bruce Lee spoke about being fluid like water, right? And flexibility is really, in many ways, juxtaposed with planning. Because sometimes you plan, but things don't always go according to plan. We have to therefore be flexible and adapt sometimes.
Very good.
Because you may be going in a particular path, and you know it's leading nowhere, but your own stubbornness, your own ego steps in, and you refuse to reassess. And this is why flexibility is so important. My grandmother often spoke about the willow tree and the mahogany tree, right? The mahogany tree would snap in the breeze because it was rigid, whereas the willow tree would bend with the breeze, with the ebb and flow of the temperature, and come back up and live to see another day. And this is why flexibility is also an important principle of self-empowerment, because as human beings, we're not monolithic. There's no one way of doing everything.
Yes, very true. And like you say, and you have, what some may call the unforeseen circumstances that do arise again. And again, so again, the flexibility again is so relevant. But and again, within that, people learn to, I suppose, experience how to handle disappointments also.
Yes.
Because I think in that is also relevant, to appreciate success when you reach,
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Principle number 6.
Yes, here now is self-discipline that I mentioned earlier on in relation to young people as human beings. Gosh, if I have to arrive at my job at 9 a.m. each morning, and I get up at 7, and every week, for weeks on end, I end up coming in 15 minutes late, right? Whereby, if I simply got up 15 minutes earlier, I'd arrive at work at 10 to 9 or 9 o'clock, So the principle here about self-discipline is that we cannot expect as human beings to achieve things by just wishing them out of thin air. There are steps to be taken. We have to therefore conform ourselves to a particular way and method of doing things in order to achieve certain success. So for example, if you're a student and you want to pass a math exam, but you do not study. Now when you fail, you can't really rationally blame yourself, right? Blame anybody else but yourself, because you should have studied. If you had studied, then you'd increase your chances, your probability of passing. And so self-discipline, it's really about knowing that we have to dig deep inside and come correct, to use the vernacular, right? do things properly,
Yeah.
do it right, and consistently to achieve the objective.
Yeah, key word again, the consistency.
Consistency.
Yeah, it's so crucial.
Mm-hmm.
Serious something called, yes, I'm telling you folks, self-discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's all important, and I suppose no matter what walk of life, what field you're going to, that principle is vital.
Yes. Yes, Coach.
You can, people can assess it for themselves. You need self-discipline in every walk of life. It's one of the survival skills. So
That's
yeah,
the thing.
yeah, beautiful. Principle number 7.
Yes, 7. The penultimate principle here, as I mentioned, listeners, that there are no specific order. We're just giving them order here for the purpose of Kush and I sharing together and sharing with yourselves all over the world. Reconnection, Kush.
Okay.
Right? And reconnection here is that we as human beings, I believe that we are spiritual beings in a physical manifestation.
Okay, interesting, yes.
Right? Now, that being the case, there is the physical body and there's the other side of ourselves. Right? Whether you call it soul, spirit, whatever you refer to, there's something else.
Yes.
Right? Whether you hear a voice saying to you, do that or don't do that, that's what I'm referring to here.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Yes.
So reconnection is the way of getting back to the essence of ourselves. Right? Going back to what truly drives us.
Okay.
So religion, for example, may be a source of reconnection. May be a source, but not exclusively so. Because there are many of us who do not believe in a higher force. What I'm suggesting in Empire Yourself to Succeed is that whatever source you use and it works for you, proceed with that.
Okay, interesting, yes, yes.
As long as you get back to the essence of yourself. So religion may be a source of spirituality, but it isn't one and the same. So you can be spiritual without being religious in the organized religious sense.
Yes. Excellent.
So if you're Buddhist, you may meditate, whatever your belief system is, whether you see reconnection as going by the sea and being calmed by nature, whatever it is, come back to the essence of you, that peace of mind. Hold a meditation, as my Rastafarian brethren often allude to.
Yes.
Right? The essence of yourself, getting back to that. That's what reconnection is.
It definitely so. It's all about the eight principles of self-empowerment for the BBC Three Counties Radio. My name is Kush, and is talking to the book over this woman, Malik Muhammad, yes. And like I said, 8 principles. And so much reminds me of the Kwanzaa principles. Oftentimes we've gone through Kwanzaa principles. It reminds me of those, the same kind of principles, same kind of idea of,
It is true, Kush, because the thing is, as I mentioned in the book as well, there's nothing new in this dynamic.
Universe, yes.
Right?
Yes.
I'm just the vehicle through which the Creator blessed to put this in a form in 2012 in contemporary language.
Yeah, beautiful.
Right?
Yeah.
But I only claim this for legal reasons to have my name on it. And this is why people connect with this book all over the world, because the principles resonate with them.
Yeah.
Because they're already inside of them.
Definitely so, yeah.
And that is the beauty of sharing.
No, I really, it's a beautiful book version. I love the way it's written too, and even the forward, the writer before that by
Dr. Chantal Bedford.
Yeah, Dr. Bedford.
Indeed.
Yes,
Yes, and she's a medical doctor.
Yeah, powerful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Principle number 8.
Yes, Coach.
Last but not the least.
Indeed, dear listeners, we now arrive at vision.
Okay.
And there's a scripture that says that without the vision, people perish.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You mentioned earlier on in the introduction about Marcus Garvey, etc.
Yes.
And when you look at any of the great scholars, any of the great teachers, whether we go as far back as ancient Egypt, right? Whether we look at Socrates, Plato, whatever our schools of thoughts, Aristotle, etc., what you realize is that there has always been a way of looking into the future, then stepping back and making it into a reality, right? It's always about looking forward, having a clear vision, a clear understanding of where you are going, what you intend to do, and equally as important, how you will do it.
Are you a visionary, Malik?
Yes, I am, Kush.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Give thanks. And I'm glad to say, because like I said, even Marcus Garvey and many brothers of us who read the books and the philosophy and the opinions of Marcus Garvey.
Yes.
Also reiterates that the people without vision will perish.
Yes.
So it is very important that we do try to stimulate elevate ourselves, that we're able to have foresight, insight, and be visionaries.
Indeed, Kush.
Yeah, I want to say, folks, 5 minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock, this is BBC Three Counties Radio coming to you. Yes, I'm talking to a book author, yes, and it's all about the 8 principles, and we reach those 8 principles. Malik,